Good morning, Highlandtown first graders. Today is Thursday, and we have a few things that we will practice with. We're going to be working again on making sure our subject and our verb match. They go together in sentences. We're going to be fixing some sentences, and yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to two students who sent some work to me on Class Dojo. Yaritza in Miss Ross's class, I saw your awesome sentences, and Ingrid in Miss Emery's class sent me some words that she wrote after we practiced yesterday with our blend. So great job. I would love to see more work. If you take a picture with your phone, you can send it to Miss Makadia on Class Dojo in a message, or you can send it to me on WhatsApp. Okay? All right. So let's take a look. Today is April 16th, 2020, and here is our objective. Today it says, we will fix sentences that do not make sense by making sure that the subject is the noun, the subject and verb agree. Let's practice repeating that together. We will fix sentences that do not make sense by making sure that the subject and verb agree. That means they go together. Okay? And we're going to do some practice on figuring out how do we know if the subject and the verb match, if they make sense together. Okay? All right. Today, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper. These will be most of our supplies every day. You won't need much more than this. And before we begin, I wanted to go over the words that Miss Makadia asked you to write in yesterday's video, so Wednesday's video. Okay, so let's take a look. Yesterday we were practicing listening for words that had a blend, like sk in task. Okay, sometimes blends can come at the beginning of the word. Sometimes they can come at the end of the word. All right, so I asked you to write number 2, scent. Let's repeat that, scent. And now let's tap it out. Scent. Check your work. Let me see if I'm tapping it out. Scent. Did you get the same answer? If you did, give yourself a check or a star next to number 2. Good job. All right, scent. Next to number 3. Oop. Let me see. Next to number 3, I asked you to write grin, like smile. Grin is another word that means smile. In grin. Let's write it out. In grin. Ooh, a little bit too big. And I'm going to just change this to, let's see, So all of these, if you look at the first letter, that's a letter G. Just trying to find one that looks, there we go. Okay, so this is letter G. Sometimes when you type on the computer, it looks a little bit different. Grin. Check your work. Did you get the same answer? If so, give it a check or a star next to number 3. Next to number 4, I asked you to write mask. Let's tap it out. Ask. Mask. And I'm going to make it bigger. Ask. This time, usually when you hear a k at the end of a word, it will be a letter K. Usually words do not end with a C, like mask. Check your work. Did you get the same answer? If so, give a check. And then the last thing we did is we made a sentence. So our sentence was, my belt is on the shelf. And Miss Makadia gave a circle over, oops, that's a little messy. I gave a circle over the words that were trick words or sight words that we have practiced in first grade. My belt is on the shelf. Now let's write it. My, M-Y, and I'm making sure that I started with a capital letter. My belt. B-E-L-T. Belt. B-E-L-T. Belt. Is. I know that word. It's a trick word. Is. On. Now, I don't know this word, but I can certainly tap it out. On. On. The. The is a trick word. I know it starts with T-H-E. Gotta make it a little bit bigger so you all can see. There we go. A little bit bigger. There we go. The shelf. Shelf. The word shelf, I have to tap out. So you're going to help me. I hear a digraph. Shelf. What digraph says sh? That's right. It's S-H. Now listen, not a, not letter A. That's not. It's E, sh, o, shelf. And I ended with a period. Make sure your sentence ends with a period. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark my sentence. Okay? I'm going to choose yellow. I already circled the trick words. Now I'm going to look for blends. I see one in belt. So I'm going to do 2 little lines under my blend. Remember, a blend is 2 consonants that go together, but they each make their own sound. Belt is on the. Ooh, I see a digraph in the, so I'm going to underline it. I see it in shelf, a digraph. And is there a blend too? There sure is. So I'm going to underline 2 lines under my blend. There we go. You can go ahead and you can find the blends in your words above. Some of the blends will come at the beginning, like in grin. Some of the blends will come at the end, like in scent. Okay? Great job. All right. Now let's take a look at today's activity. Remember, we were talking about making sure that our subject and our verb go together. So I'm going to look at, let's make this a little bit smaller so we can see. Pardon me for just a minute while I figure out how to make this. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, we looked at this verb chart before, earlier in the week. And what we're going to do is we're going to decide if the subject is singular. Can you say that word? Singular. Or if it is plural. I know many of you remember what these words mean. If something is singular, it means there is only one. Okay? If it is plural, there is more than one. That means there could be 2, 3, 100. There are more than one. Okay, más que uno. So let's take a look. I have some pronouns here that we use in a lot of our sentences. We can use the little picture to help us decide if it is singular, one, or if it is plural, more than one. Okay? So look at I. I is here. I look at the picture. I means just myself. Am I one person or more than one? I'm only one. So I'm going to come down. We're going to make a little chart together. I have singular and plural. So I'm going to put the word I under singular. And let's use this one. There we go. I. Okay. Let's go back. This word is, you know this word, we. Look at the picture. We means me plus more people. Maybe me and my friends, me and my family, me and my first grade class. Okay. Is that one person or more than one? That's right. There's more than one. So when there's more than one, we call that plural. Can you say plural? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put we over here in the plural. Okay? We've got a few more to do. You. This is tricky. You can be one person or it can be more than one. Like if Miss Makadia was talking to my brother, I could say, you will go to the store. And I could just be talking to one person, my brother. If I was talking to my first grade class, I could say, you all are so smart. And I could be talking to everyone. So then we can put this one in singular, you. And we can put it in plural. Okay, it can go in both places. But we know that the matching verb for you is are. You are. Okay. Here we have 3 words. Let's say them together. He, she, it. Okay, look at the picture underneath he. He means a boy. Look at the picture under she. She means a girl. And it means a thing, like it can be an animal or an object. Okay, but I see there's only one underneath each word. So I think those words can go in singular because there's only one. So let's say he, I'm going to write them all. He, she, and it all belong here in singular. Okay. There's one more in our chart, one more pronoun, one more subject, and it says they. That's a trick word we've practiced. They. Look at the picture. I see more than one. I see 3 here. Okay. They is if you're talking about a group over there. Like, they are in my class. They are my friends. They are nice to me. And its matching verb is are. So let's put that under plural because it is more than one. The word is they. Okay. Let's try some. Sometimes we can use these subjects, but sometimes we can actually use people's names. Okay. So let's think about our story Flower Power. We might remember our character's name. Does anyone remember our main character's name? Her name was Jade. Is that character one or more than one? That's right. She is one person, so we could put her name over here. Jade. Think about who else was in that story. Jade's parents. It talked about her parents, her mom and her dad. Is that one or more than one? More than one, so we can put it under plural. We could write Jade's parents. Jade's parents. That's more than one. Let's try a few other subjects, a few other ways we can start our sentence. What else? How about first graders? That one or more than one? That's right, that's more than one. So we would put it under plural. First graders. Make that a little bigger so you all can see. First graders. There are more than one of you in first grade. Okay? So once we know the singular, what is singular and what is plural, we can figure out the verb that matches. If it is singular, we usually use is if we're talking about feelings or describing words. Can you say is? That's for singular. If it's plural, like we, you, they, we're going to use the verb are. Okay, so I'm going to write at the top. Usually if it's singular, we're going to use the verb that says is if we are talking about feelings or describing words. If it is plural, we're going to use the verb, what happened here? We're going to use the verb are. And that's if we're talking about feelings words or describing words. There's only one singular that I'm going to highlight here because it is a special case. It does not follow the rule, and that would be the word I. I does not use is as its matching verb. Okay? We don't say I is happy. It doesn't sound quite right. We say I am. So real little next to this, I'm going to write the word am. That's the only one that does not follow the rule. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and this is where you will need your pencil and paper. I have a few sentences here, and what I want you to do on your paper is you're going to help me fix the sentences if they are not correct. We're going to look at the first two together and see what needs to be changed, if anything. And then you're going to try 3 by yourself. Okay? So let's try the first one. It says, Jade feel upset because she spilled the milk. Let's find our subject. Who is this sentence about? Who is the person or the object that the sentence is about? That's right, I agree. It's Jade. So I'm going to underline my subject. And now I'm going to look at my verb. I don't see my to be verb like we practiced here, is or are, but I do see feel. I'm going to circle that verb. Jade feel. Jade is one person, but my verb doesn't match. I know if my subject is singular, then my verb should have a letter S at the end. So I'm going to cross that out. And I'm going to write the correct verb. Jade feels. I'm going to add a letter S because if my subject is singular, only one, then my verb should have a letter S, feels. Okay? Let's see if that sounds correct. Jade feels upset because she spilled the milk. Do you agree? Awesome job. Let's take a look at the next one. This says, Miss Molly is happy because Jade gives her flowers. Let's find our subject. Who is this sentence about? That's right, it's about Miss Molly. So I'm going to underline my subject. And then next, I'm going to circle my verb. I see it's right here, is. Okay, is Miss Molly one person or more than one? That's right, she's just one. She's singular. So my verb should be is. Let's check our chart to make sure. Okay, if it's one person, if it's singular, yes, then we should be using is. So do I need to change anything in this sentence? No, I do not. Okay. Now there are 3 left. Let's see, read them together and then you will have a turn. The flowers is red, purple, and yellow. Okay, you're going to write the whole sentence on your paper and then you're going to underline the subject. Circle the verb and decide if they match. Let's see. The subject is the flowers. Think about, is that talking about one flower or more than one? Find the verb and circle it. That's right, the verb is. Okay, now think about it. Do these match? This is plural. If you need to, we can look back at our chart. Here's plural right over here. What verb should we be using? See if you can write it correctly on your paper. So if you need to change something, then cross it out and write the correct verb. Now this one you're going to do all by yourself. It says, the shirt are dirty. Write that on your paper. Underline the subject. Circle the verb. And then decide, do they go together? Or do you need to change them? Okay. Look at the last sentence. Jade's parents is nice because they give her flowers. What is our subject? Who is this sentence about? And then where is our verb? Okay. Write it on your paper and then fix it. If you're fixing the sentence, all you have to do is cross out the verb and write the correct verb on top. Okay? I would love to see your work. If you write these 3 sentences correctly, take a picture, have mom or dad send it to me on Class Dojo, or you can send it to me on WhatsApp. All right? Thank you, boys and girls. You're doing an awesome job. I wish we were together at school, and I can't wait to see you there again. All right. Bye-bye.